If I had to start a social media agency in 2026 from zero, no audience, no connection, no portfolio, there are a lot of things I wouldn't do. Not because they don't work, but because they waste time. And if you get the beginning wrong, you can spend months being busy without actually building anything. So instead of trying everything, I would focus on a few things that actually move fast. Because starting is not the hard part, starting right is. There's someone I came across not long ago. He had already started. He set up a page, chose a name, and even designed the logo. He was serious about it. Every day he was posting motivational content, tips, random growth advice. He was trying to stay active and trying to build, but nothing was happening. There was no real engagement, no real conversations, and definitely no clients. At some point, he reached out and said something that stuck with me. He said, "I feel like I'm doing everything, but nothing is moving." And the truth is, he wasn't wrong. He was doing a lot, but he was just not doing the things that actually create movement. That's when it became clear. The problem wasn't effort, it was direction. The first mistake I would avoid is trying to do everything. Content writing, social media management, branding, ads, strategy, design. It sounds impressive, but it creates confusion. Because when you try to offer everything, nobody really understands what you do. And when people don't understand what you do, they don't pay for it. So the first thing I would do is narrow down. Not forever, just at the beginning. I will pick one clear problem I can solve. Not, I help brands grow. That's too vague. Something like, I help YouTube channels fix their retention so they can grow faster. Or, I help personal brands turn their content into paying clients. Just something specific. Because clarity attracts the right people. Then instead of rushing to build a website or logo, I will focus on proof. Because in 2026, nobody is impressed by what you say you can do. They care about what you can show. So I would create content that demonstrates how I think. Not random tips, not motivational posts, but actual breakdowns. For example, take a random creator content and explain what is wrong with it. Show how it could be better. Explain why certain videos perform and others don't. Not just opinions, but clear thinking. Because when people see how you think, they start to trust what you can do. And here's where most people get it wrong. They wait until they get clients before they start showing proof. But in reality, your content is your first portfolio before anyone pays you. Before anyone pays you, they are watching you quietly, trying to figure out if you understand what you're talking about. So instead of saying, I offer services, I would let my content make that obvious. Now, once that foundation is set, the next thing I will focus on is positioning, because this is what separates people who struggle to get clients from those who attract them. Most beginners position themselves as workers. I can help you post content, I can manage your page, I can design your post, but that's not what clients are really looking for. They are looking for results. They want growth, they want visibility, they want revenue. So instead of positioning myself as someone who does tasks, I will position myself as someone who understands outcomes. Even if I'm just starting, because the way you present your value matters a lot. Then comes something most people avoid: actually reaching out. Not spamming messages, not, hi, I'm a social media manager. That doesn't work anymore. What I would do instead is simple. I would find creators or brands already trying to grow. Look at what they are doing and give them something useful. Not advice they didn't ask for, but insights they didn't see. For example, I notice your videos lose attention around the beginning. If you adjust how you start, you might retain more viewers. That's it. No pressure, no selling, just value. Because conversations start easier when people feel understood. And from there, opportunities grow naturally. Now, Here is something I won't ignore: structure. Because getting one client is not the same as building an agency. So from the beginning, I will think in systems. If I solve a problem once, how do I repeat it? If I deliver value once, how do I standardize it? Not overcomplicating things, but just making sure I'm not starting from scratch every time. And this is where content becomes powerful again. Because your content is not just for visibility, it's also for attraction. When your message is consistent, you don't chase clients the same way. They come in already convinced. That's the difference between struggling for attention and building authority. Another thing I would do differently: I wouldn't wait to feel ready, because that feeling doesn't come. You don't wake up one day and suddenly feel like an expert. You build that confidence by doing the work in public, explaining things, breaking things down, learning as you go. Because in this space, visibility creates opportunity, not perfection. Now, if you step back and look at everything we've talked about, it's actually simple: clarity, proof, positioning, conversations, and structure. That's it. There are no complicated strategies and no endless courses. Just a clear way of thinking. Because starting a social media agency in 2026 is not about doing more. It's about understanding what actually matters. And once you get that right, growth stops feeling random, but starts feeling intentional. If you're thinking about starting, or you've already started, but things feel slow, don't rush to add more or to copy what everyone else is doing. Pause. Look at your foundation, because that's where everything begins. Because that's exactly what we focus on here. In Top Media, we don't just tell you to start. We show you how to start in a way that actually leads somewhere. Because the goal is not to stay busy, it's to build something that works. And once you get that right, everything else becomes easier.